Okay, fine. See,
Yeah.
data science, as you know, you will come across three different areas when it is data science. One is
Okay.
programming, second
Mhm.
one is statistics,
Okay.
and the third one is algorithms.
Okay.
For all these three things, when you're talking about tools in data science, I'll say that also. When you're talking about tools in data science, you are having three sets of tools: R, Python, and SAS.
Okay.
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 If you are learning data science, you'll be able to go with two different designations. One is as a data analyst,
Okay.
and other one is as a data
Okay.
scientist.
Okay.
So when you are dealing with data analyst position, you have to know some things related to programming and statistics. And when you are moving as a data scientist, you should know how to analyze the data, statistical concepts, and machine learning. That is algorithm.
Okay.
Okay, that is machine learning.
Okay.
Okay. All these things, whether you go for data analyst or whether you go for data scientist, these are the tools. When
Okay.
speaking about R, you need not have any prior experience in programming languages. If you don't have any technical knowledge also, it's fine. R will be a little bit easier
Okay.
only. It is a statistical programming language.
Okay.
Even though if you don't have any idea about programming languages, even if you don't have any idea regarding this tool also, it's not a problem. Right from the beginning only, we will be moving on. Right from the scratch. We'll be understanding
Okay.
R, how to use the syntax, all those, and it's very straightforward. The programming language is very straightforward. It has got number of packages even for statistical information. Also, I'll come to that part. What are the statistical things that you will be learning it in data science? That also I'll say, so that it will be easier for you to make. I mean, like you can make up your mind also in that way. So R means it is not at all a problem. If you don't have any prior experience in programming also, it is
Okay.
not a bigger deal. But when you are talking about
Okay.
Python, it is something called object-oriented programming language. The syntax is a little
Okay.
bit complex. So if you are going with Python, definitely you should have some idea about prior languages like C, C++, or Java. Some kind of basic knowledge you should have in those things. I'm not saying like compulsorily you should
Okay.
have it. If you have a capacity to learn this particular Python language, it is fine, because it is logically
Okay.
and syntactically a little bit complex when compared to R. Right now only it is developing. Python is there for web development, for
Okay. Okay.
other processing option. But when it comes to data science and for prediction option, right now only we are entering into Python. So number of packages are there, and it is very helpful one day. It is more powerful than R also. But
Okay.
the
Okay.
problem in Python is the syntax is little bit difficult. So people might be finding it difficult
Okay.
when you
Okay.
are from a non-programming background. If you are from a
Okay.
non-programming background
Okay.
and if you are taking Python, means it will be a little bit difficult. But
Okay.
I'm not
I
saying
get it.
like you
Yeah.
cannot cope up with that. You can do it, but you have to put lot and lot of hard work in that. Okay,
Okay.
that is
Okay.
for Python. The next tool is SAS.
Mhm.
SAS is something in analytical tool.
Okay.
Analytical and statistical tool, which is entirely different from R and Python. Even if you don't know any programming knowledge, also no problem. SAS it will be very
Okay.
helpful. It is entirely a visualization process. You can analyze it, you can visualize it, and with the help of your scripts, but you have to memorize certain commands. How to use
Okay.
where
Okay.
condition, how, but it is very straightforward. Even if you
Okay.
don't have any prior knowledge related to programming, also no problem. Since you have completed,
Okay.
I mean, you did your MBA, is it not?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tools will be very helpful. R and SAS will be very helpful, but I won't recommend Python for you. When you
Okay.
plan to go
Okay.
for your job opportunities, you can straight away look out for domains such as banking, financial, investment sectors, insurance sectors. In those areas, you can take a look into for your job applications. Because banking, financial sectors are highly in need of data science. So people, those who know
Okay.
R and SAS, they are very, very welcome inside their sector. Because Python means little bit programming is there. I mean, little bit complexity is there. So people from MBA background, if they want to jump into this particular data science, means I'll be recommending R and SAS. That is your wish. You
Okay.
can go with either R or you can go with SAS. SAS is entirely a different concept. I mean, it's an analytical tool. Everywhere they will be using this analytical tool, both analyzation and you can go for your visualization aspects also. If you are working in a retail marketing,
Okay.
if you're working in an, I mean, any kind of sales team, or if you are working for a banking financial institution, everywhere you will be able to use the SAS. It's a kind of analytical and
Okay.
statistical tool. But what is the biggest advantage of
Okay.
SAS is that you need not go with any packages. Entirely, it is
Okay.
available in the studio itself. SAS itself, they have got inbuilt studio options. So you'll be able to do that.
Okay.
But you have to
Okay.
understand the requirement and you have to write the syntax on your own. But it will be straight English. There
Okay.
is no
Okay.
separate gimmicks and all over here to memorize it. And if you
Okay.
understand the entire requirement, then it will be good. Okay. And as per your last
Okay.
question that you want me to answer that whether it will be okay for you to enter into this kind of environment after doing your MBA and after your previous experience. I'll be
Yeah.
recommending
Yeah.
it data science as a best field because in future, in for another 20 years or 30 years also if you think there will be some kind of improvement in data science, but the platform will be same only. Many different tools may come
Okay.
up in future, but the base platform will be
Yeah.
going to be the one of the best platform that you will be using it. I mean, it comes under big data. So one part of big data is Hadoop. Another part of big data will be data science. So you know it
Okay.
very well. Right now we are entering into always we used to go with only data. Whether you work in any industry, you take banking, finance, investment, risk management, fraud detection, or if you are planning to enter into crime investigation or whatever it is, whether it is media or it's going to be education, travel and tourism, whatever it is, everybody has got millions and millions of records with them and everybody wants to process their information to help the business. For helping the business only, we are entering into this analyzation
Okay.
and all. Let us take an example. You are planning to
Hmm.
create, you are planning to run your own business, and you want to know what will be the profit for your future for next 2 months. You want to find out the profit
Yeah.
for next 2 months. How is it
Hmm.
possible for you to find out for next 2 months? If you have the past information, past data, you will
Hmm.
take the data, you will analyze it, you will try to visualize it, and then you will come to a conclusion that this will be the profit for next 2 months.
Yeah. Okay.
So, data plays a very important role.
Hmm.
In near future, definitely year after year, the data is going to get increased only. It is not going to get
Right.
decreased. If you are entirely into an IT background, I would have suggested you to go. I mean, I would have asked you to take R and Python. But since you are not into IT background, if you are from your different background, if you are going with, it's your wish. You can go with either R or you can go with SAS. Anything is fine, or both also you can take. That depends upon your interest. Okay.
Okay.
In all these three things, the common area is statistics.
Hmm.
So to understand statistics, there are certain tricks that you have to mend. And I mean, like you have to go through that. It is not like,
Okay.
see, everybody is not from a mathematical background. We all did mathematics when we are younger, like when we were doing our college first year or second year. That time we would have done some mathematics. Even in your bachelor's degree, you would have done some statistics also. But later after that, we won't be having much. I mean, after completing our first year or second year, and then after 5 years later, if they are asking like what statistics and what is that we have to do with that, means we are not going to create any information from this, and we are not going to derive anything also. All this R, Python and SAS, they all have a package for statistics. The main thing that you have to understand about statistics is mean, median, mode, standard deviation, variance, covariance, frequency, cumulative frequency. Range, minimum, maximum, regression, correlation, probability, random variable, normalization, Z-score, chi-square test, hypothesis testing, time series analysis. That's all. These are the things that you have to be very, very familiar with that. Then mean square error, mean square error, mean square error, relative error. But I won't say like everything will be used in one single analysis or one single prediction. All these things are common. You will have it in a package. R has got a different packages for all these things. Python has got one single package for all these things. SAS is having its own syntax for all these things. So according to the data set, whatever you are taking, you have to create like after seeing the data set, you will know whether to find the mean value or whether to find the standard deviation of that particular data set or whether to find a particular variance of that variable. So all these things, when you are trying to find out the, when you are trying to analyze the data set itself, you will be able to understand the option. So in that case, you have to come across either of these things. Every time it is not like all the times it is not like we are going to do the mean calculation, median, mode and all, we are not going to do it. Depends upon the data set. Sometimes in a data set, there won't be, see, if you have a numerical value only, you will be able to calculate mean, median, mode and all.
Right.
If there is no numerical value, let us take it as having only character value. How is it possible for you to do any statistical analysis? That is not possible, no? So, it depends upon the data set only. So, understanding the way, like this is what statistics is. This is what it is filled up in our tools also. This is the package. With the package also will go with these kinds of statistical information. And one more thing is that you are not going to derive it. You are not going to see how mean has occurred, how median has come, what is the normalization. But formulas are there. You have to memorize that formula. That is, there is no other way. You have to memorize the formula. But we are not going to derive it. We are not going to say what is the probability for normal distribution. Navy Bayes is there. Navy Bayes is there. Poisson distribution is there. Binomial distribution is there. But we are not going to see how these all things came up. We won't be able to do that one because it is entirely a higher statistical information. We don't want that. We will be dealing with our data science statistical concepts. So how to memorize these packages, how to use these packages, what are the different packages available, where to use it, when to use it, all these things only, these are the tricks that you have to understand when you are dealing with these statistics. Basic statistics, these are all these. Okay. And finally, under data science, you will come across algorithms that is called as machine learning algorithms for prediction. Machine learning algorithms. where you will be going on with prediction. With the help of this algorithm, you'll go with prediction. And here also the same thing. I'm saying about algorithms. I'm talking algorithm. It doesn't mean that you have to create the algorithms. There are some techniques. You have to take the data set, divide the data set, and then go with the algorithm. Perfect algorithm you have to find it out. Because industry is using about 15 algorithms right now. All types of industries I'm saying, not only one industry. Your retail marketing, weather forecasting, your in the media entertainment industry, banking industry, insurance, investigations, crimes, all these industries, all I mean like cyber industries, social networking, all these e-commerce platform, everything comes under this some 14 to 15 algorithms. I'm not saying like these are the algorithms only available. We have millions of algorithms available in Python and R, but only 15 algorithms are currently running in the market and they are very, very popular. So in the industry also it goes with these 15 algorithms. So when you are dealing with these 15 algorithms, you have to know how this data set fits properly in that algorithm. That is something very important. So you are not going to create any algorithm. You don't want to create any algorithm. Already algorithm is there. Take the data set, analyze it, understand what you have to do some statistical analysis for that one, then come with your prediction option. In that case, find out which algorithm will be best. So finding out the algorithm, to use that algorithm, the technique of understanding the algorithm only we will be seeing it in our course. How to understand it, how to create it, how to take it, and then find out how to get the result. But it all, I want to be honest with you, it's like that. It's not like that once you finish off this course, you'll be able to do all sorts of data set. Anyhow, we will be taking different data set only. Since I'm working in that field, I'll be giving you different data set for you to practice and different data set for our regular practical session also we'll be doing with different data set. But doesn't mean that you will be able to, only these data set only you will be getting it. There are a number of data sets, but you have to, the techniques are same. Technique will be same. The data set will be different. So how to put that technique into that particular data set and how to get that set. That is what we have to practice. So mainly you have to go with logical understanding skills you should have, problem solving skills you should have, analytical skills you should have. These are the 3 skills that if you are having, there is no need to worry about what is the tool that you are using. So to make it easier, there are 2 tools that you can choose. Either you can choose R or else SAS. And one more thing also I'll say, R means you will go with both data analysis and machine learning concepts, because packages are available in R for machine learning algorithms. Whereas SAS means you will be able to do only data analysis, that is all types of analysis you will be able to do with SAS. It's because machine learning is not used in the current SAS studio. If you want to go with machine learning also in SAS means you have to go with SAS Viva. This is a software, currently it is used, but it is in the beta version. Still it is not being released in the market. It is just in the trial release. So machine learning with SAS, if you are planning means that will not work out with SAS tools. But data analysis, visualization and entire concepts of analysis like prediction, statistical, all type of analysis you can do it with SAS also. Only one which is not able to do is that is prediction option alone, you won't be able to do it. But entirely what all things R cannot do in analyzation, your SAS will be able to do that part. Whereas when you're taking R, you will be going with the data analysis and machine learning. Both you will be able to do it. They have their own packages, and with the help of the package you can take and you can fit in your program, in your data set and get the result. Okay?
Sorry for interrupting. Means actually in my previous earlier class, training where the faculty over there, he said that SAS is not an open source, and nowadays when R is an open source, nowadays companies are much more showing interest in working on R rather than SAS. And he said somewhat like SAS is losing its glory, and most of the companies are moving to R. So in that perspective,
no, it's not like that. SAS has its own importance. You have to know something. SAS is not an open source, of course, correct. SAS is not an open source only. But it doesn't mean that R can do everything that SAS can do. I mean, like everything, whatever that SAS is having, the same option R is also having means no, it is not true. SAS is little bit easier when compared to R. R, you have to memorize certain formulas, okay? And R, when compared to both R and SAS, Python is best. I have to say Python will be best.
Okay.
In future, Python will also be best. See, SAS has its own part of popularity. It doesn't mean that we are going out of that option. The reason why they have served it like that means SAS, since it is not an open source, you have to buy the enterprise edition. Right now, for learning purpose, for training purpose, we have university edition of SAS. You can download it directly, not a problem. It is free only, and you can use for any number of. So there is no trial version at all. You can use it for any number of days. But when you are talking about enterprise edition, where companies are focusing on that kind of SaaS, you have to invest a lot in SaaS. 10 lakhs, the particular license itself, it takes out 10 lakhs. So you cannot buy one license.
Okay.
For a company, you have to go for at least 3 to 4 licenses when you are talking about when you are going with SaaS. So that means you will be investing about 30 to 40 lakhs for particular software. So that is the reason why companies are not going. I mean, companies like IBM, Amazon, Flipkart, those who are into this entire real-time marketing, those people, they are able to go with SaaS because they can afford it. But other companies, you see, well, those who are in the upcoming stage, they won't go with SaaS because of its higher cost. So in and around in India, it may be little bit because you know it very well. We have all types of different kinds of companies like A level, B level, C level. So top level companies already they have got SaaS. Like in the middle level company, they are yet to enter into this SaaS. Some will have, some will not have. And in the startup level companies, they won't go much into SaaS. So instead of going with SaaS, they can go with R because it is an open source. There are some restrictions in R also. The problem is you won't be able to dig deeper like that of in SAS. In SAS, you can go deeper and analyze it. But in R, it is not possible. You have to think about the logic, you have to think about the syntax, and then you have to make certain things for going with the analysis. One thing. Second, SAS is very popular in US and European market. If you are planning to move ahead with SaaS in the US or in European market, it is very, very kind of, like when compared to Indian market, they are going up with a higher popularity. And now since SAS has also introduced SAS Viva, this part for machine learning, it still it has got its own popularity again. But the cost of that particular license is a little bit high. That is the reason why the companies are not having that much idea in buying that particular product. Other than that, all three tools, these are the three tools only for data analysis and data prediction. So there are no other tools apart from this. So all three has its own popularity.
Okay.
So for you, I will recommend either going for R or SAS. But you have to finalize it, okay? Just go through whichever you want and then you let me know it. You can start from that one. And later in your course, if you want to go with Python, also fine. Because Python uses the same concepts of what we are using in R. The same algorithm, same methods, everything is same, but the syntax is different. But the programming coding method is different in R. Okay, the 15 algorithms, whatever you will be using it in R, will be also there in Python or Python 2. But the problem is the syntax is different. So if you understand something with R means it will be easier for you to go with Python also. But a little bit difficulty that you will be facing is since you don't have any technical background into programming, then there you might be finding some kind of difficulty. But apart from that, nothing is going to be very much difficult. You have to put a lot of logical and syntactical methods in Python.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And one of my friends who is working in some other domain, his company is some data science vacancy was area there. Means at that time he asked me to at the time even I was in learning that code. So he is asked me to learn R, Python. Along with that, he asked me to gain some knowledge over SQL Server. So, means up to what extent I will needing that
See,
SQL
if you
Server
are
thing,
going
or is
with,
it
see, if you are
necessary?
planning to go with SAS means SQL is needed only. The reason is SQL queries you will go with. See, SAS has got two options. When you are learning SAS, you have to go with the base SAS and advanced SAS. Two
Okay.
options are there. When you are dealing with advanced SAS, you
Okay.
have to go with SQL and macros.
Okay.
So, if you want to know SQL means SQLs are structured query language. So, if you know some sort of this query language, it will be easier to go with advanced SAS because advanced SAS entirely goes with this SQL one. So, at least if you know some kind of query languages like how to select a table, how to create a table, how to drop the table, how to insert a row, how to delete a row, how to add a row, some kind of options if you know that simple queries, if you know it, then it will be easier for you to use it in advanced SAS. That's all. Because R is not going to go with SQL. Only the
Okay.
command you have to
Okay.
use. You will have a database. From there, if you want to take the information, if you want to analyze it, for that you will use SQL. But the entire SQL query command is not going to be used in R. Whereas in SAS, the query commands will be there. So to
Okay. Okay.
understand that command, you should know a little bit of SQL, but that is not compulsory. It is not compulsory. Anyway, you will be dealing with that SQL commands from the scratch in advanced SAS. So it is not a very big deal. If you don't know SQL also, people those who are teaching
Okay.
you the advanced SAS, they will be helping you in understanding that SQL query.
Okay. Okay. So if you are going to advise me to means what will be better tools which I will be taking to get into this data science domain, is it R and Python? Because see, actually I'm currently ready to learn any tool with my complete full-fledged effort.
Okay.
Means even if it is related to coding, I'm prepared to learn it. But
Okay.
I'm just thinking in a possibility that I should be into some having
Your
secure
voice is
thing
breaking.
after doing means learning that is it audible now?
Yeah. Now it's fine.
Is it audible now? Yeah, means my only main target is to if I'm going to choose some certain tools and get into this data science, it should be supporting for me at least like next upcoming days without any sort of hurdles. So for that, even I am prepared to learn and do enough hard work to get the knowledge, gain the knowledge in this domain. So in that
Okay.
perspective, what would you suggest me to choose, whether
See,
R and Python or SAS and Python?
I'll go with R and Python because entirely you are going to follow Indian market means and you may be able to go for any type of company. SAS is also fine only. SAS is also works good only. If you are not having SAS knowledge also it's fine. I'm not saying it is wrong. But it is not possible for you to go with all three at a time. You have to
Okay,
finish
okay,
R first, go with R first. Start applying for the
okay,
jobs. At the same time you learn Python. Enter into the company. Work in a real-time experience. Then you can go with SAS. SAS has got
okay. So
certifications. Okay. SAS has got
okay,
certifications. R and Python also got the
okay,
certificate. That is, you have a certification called data scientist certification program, certified program, where in that program, Cloudera is conducting. Cloudera is a space who's conducting this data science certification program. For that, they need the tool R. R tool alone is enough for finishing the certification. And
okay,
SAS is
okay,
having its own certification program. SAS has base SAS certified programmer, SAS certified programmer, and advanced SAS certified programmer. Two programs
okay,
separately
okay.
is there. And one more program is there, data SAS certified data scientist.
Okay.
Nobody is asking for the certification, but I'm saying it because once you enter into the job market, once you enter into your company of your relevant choice, anyhow you know it very well. Like for the next 10 years or 15 years, you are going to be in this particular platform only. We can try to take these certifications.
Okay.
First
Okay.
thing. Second thing, if you are entirely entering into analytical based company, if you are planning to enter in, because I told you two things. One is data analyst, another one is data science. Certain domains such as banking, financial, insurance, stock market, these kinds of industries, they concentrate more on analysis. Your retail marketing,
Okay.
travel and tourism, all these things they concentrate on analysis. So in that case, for analyzation, R and SAS will be very, very helpful. And in other case,
Okay.
there are certain, we won't be able to predict it because today your banking, financial and other domain, currently they are into data analysis. But in future, definitely they also need some prediction aspect. So in that case, you have to go for some prediction also. So what I suggest you as of now is take up R. Take up R and Python.
Okay.
Or R and SAS. That depends upon your interest. Keep one thing as a common. Either R and SAS
Okay.
or R and Python. That is your interest. I will not suggest you to go with Python and SAS or Python and R because both are something like which will be giving you a hard time. I mean, like R is easier, but Python will definitely give you a hard time in understanding certain things. You have to practice a lot in that, and you will be stuck up when you are trying to enter into the interview process. But I'm not saying like you have to leave Python. But at least if you have two tools in your concept, in your CV means the person will not be asking anything. Either go with R and Python or go with R and SAS. Keep R as a common factor to understand everything.
Okay.
Because it is very easier. Coding is also easier. At least you will know 100% of the everything in R. So part of it if you know in Python and part of it if you know in SAS also it's not a problem. So our aim is like you are planning to switch on the career. So hardly when you try to finish up R means immediately I'll advise my candidate like this. See, learning means you can keep on learning till the end. IT is something like a kind of motion. Today one thing will be there. Tomorrow when you enter into the job, other thing will not. Even 2-3 months if you wait, if you wait 2-3 months also there will be improvement in these data science. Now currently deep learning has come. Machine learning, advanced concept of machine learning is deep learning. Companies are entering into deep learning. I'm not making you get scared of this, but you should understand how this current trend is moving on. So 1 month simply if it is going means that's all. We will be in the behind part and the technologies will be moving ahead of us. And again, when you are entering into a company, they will ask whether you know deep learning, whether you know that one, whether you know this one. So it is not possible for you to run behind someone else and again study certain things. And again, if you try to go up with that particular part, another process will come in the first position. So what I suggest you is that take up something which will be giving you a better option. So you took data science. In that 3 tools are there. Go with R. Finish up that. While finishing off that, it's a try to apply for the job. See the scenario how it goes. Enter into that. In the same meantime, you will be doing either SAS or Python. That depends upon your interest. So you can put it in your CV also saying that you are doing this one and either SAS or Python. So it will be an added advantage for you. Once you enter into the organization, then you can go do some certifications. Plan it like that. So I don't want you to put all 3 into some option like R, Python, to SAS because you told me like you have already took certain things in previous sessions. Like you attended some data science session classes for 2-3 months. So I don't want to waste time because you are not from an IT background and you have a different background with some different experience. So I'll suggest you that this is the right time because people from non-IT background, they are finding it difficult to enter into statistical concepts, entering into this data science. And companies like banking sector, investment sector, they are all looking for candidates who are able to work at least with R. At least with that. Something they should know with machine learning. Something they should know about analysis. Some bigger companies, they are asking people who should know R and SAS. Just, I want you to do one thing. Go check it out with Indeed or Naukri. Don't go for Naukri. Check it out in Indeed.in. Find out SAS programmer. Is there any vacancy? R and SAS programmer for any what are the companies? Which place are you from? Hyderabad, no? So check out in Hyderabad what are the companies they are asking, what is the job requirements they are holding up for R and SAS. So which will give you one
Means
clear
what's the
idea.
website you?
Indeed.
What's the web?
Indeed.
Okay, Indeed. Okay.
Check it
Yeah.
out for R, Python and SAS. Separately you check out for R data scientist. The role is data scientist or data analyst. What is the job description they have given?
Okay.
Data scientist using R,
Okay.
data scientist using Python, R and SAS programmer. Or else try to go with SAS alone. See what are the companies they are going with SAS. You will come to know that
Okay.
companies which are very high in standards, they will be going on with SAS only. They won't change from SAS because they are very much used to SAS. People they know you can corner SAS, they can go in-depth analyzation using SAS, which is not possible in R. But we are not concentrating only for the high-end companies. We are concentrating for all types of companies, no? Because initially you have to enter into a job where you will be getting some good experience. If you get initially with Infosys also, it's well and good. With IBM itself in the initial stuff, if you are getting also, it's well and good. Because they are asking for people both R and SAS. So, go with one programming, finish off that thoroughly, and then take up another one. And if you have time, go with the next one. And in the meantime, you attend some interviews, apply for the job, get inside the job, and then you can continue to learn with that one. Learning means we keep on learning only. Okay. So all three can be learned also. I'm not saying like you cannot learn like you have to learn only one or two. You can go with all three also. But my concern is taking up all three means it will take another 3 months or 4 months of your time. Till 4 months you will be waiting to get inside the job, which is little bit. I feel like it will be little bit difficult for you once the market gets rising up. So next batch of students will be coming up. Next batch of people will be moving on from one job to another job. So take up two options, either R or SAS, either R or Python. Anyhow, the first option will be R only. You'll be going with R.
Yeah.
Finish it off R. You'll understand everything. Then, while finishing your R itself, you'll come to one conclusion that whether to choose SAS or Python. Then take the next step of that. Okay? Yeah.
Okay. So how the course is going to what is the curriculum and how the process is going on? Are you going to provide me?
Yeah, of course. Recordings will be there. I'll be sending you the recordings regularly. And every day it will be a practical session only. Theoretical concept, it will be then and there covered, but entirely it is a practical course. Because throughout the projects, throughout the help of case studies only, you have to understand everything. So it is best to have a practical course. So the entire 100%, whether you take R, whether you take Python, whether you take SAS, whatever it is going to be 100% practical. And everything I'll be showing it with the help of my screen sharing option. You have to practice it from your end. I'll be sending the data set also for you to practice. One.
Okay.
And regularly you have to fix up one timing, either in the evening or in the morning. Morning means it is a bit difficult for me. If you have some evening timings at this time around by 8:30 if you are free, you just let me know it. So we can have a session like that, Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday we won't have a session. And weekends if there is no session. If there is no session in the weekdays, means for compensating we'll go with weekends. For data science using R, the maximum time taken is 30 to 35 days. So
okay, for the data science.
For R.
Means for the R it is okay. R advanced it is 30 to 35 days.
30 to 35 days. I'm keeping it as long as like that. 1 hour per day.
Okay.
1 hour to 1.5 hours. It depends upon the data set what we are taking and how fast we are doing. All these things matters. So that is one thing.
Okay.
And we'll be doing it from the scratch. R programming right from the scratch. And analyzation of R. Then we'll go with statistical analysis using R. What are the statistical options that are available for a different data set? That one. Common statistical things that we will be using. And then finally we'll go with algorithms. Daily we'll take one algorithm. Each and every algorithm will go with a different data sets. And then we'll finally completing it with visualization. R will also have its own visualization. So that also will be available.
Okay.
Then finish up this.
Yeah. Yeah, please do. Please do.
Yeah, after finishing of this one, then by completing itself, you get some idea, and you will come to know whether you want Python or whether you want SAS. Then you can understand that.
Okay, okay. I get it. Okay. Means I already told you, means I was means I used to work earlier in outsourcing,
Correct.
so I want to replace the previous experience with data science and means what would be the better means almost like means I done with my MBA in 2013. There's almost like 5 years, 5 years since my, it's all been almost like 5 years since my MBA, post
Okay.
graduation.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean, so means I just want to keep some part of experience on data science and some part on some other domain which is related to the data science. So, what could you means what domain could you suggest
See,
for the previous
till what
experience?
year you were working? What is the end year of your previous work experience?
Means I worked till almost like October 2017.
2017. Okay, that's fine. Great. So from leave of November, December, Jan. So that November, December, Jan, you try to mention it as you have got training for R, Python, whatever it is within data science. Okay, those 3 months.
Okay,
You keep it as a training period for you. November 2017, December 2017, and Jan 2018. 3 months you have taken up training with data science using R or whatever the next thing you want to add, you can add. Then go for another 6 months experience with some kind of company. If that is freelancing, also not a problem. Or if it's some kind of analytical based company, also it's not a problem. It need not be data science alone. You can go with data analysis, analyzation also. So you can put at 6 months to 7 months analyzation experience. So if you have anybody, those who will be giving you a kind of experience in for 6 months and 7 months, 6 to 7 months in data analyzation, you can get that one. Otherwise, you can put a freelancing option also. Freelancing means like you have
okay,
worked for some kind of company either in UK or US, like a kind of POC projects.
okay, okay.
That
Means actually what I earlier have planned is I just want to completely change my previous 5 years experience
Mhm.
into data science only. Somewhat means when I discussed with my friend, we discussed like in the 5 years. I just means he said that business analysis would be somewhat related to data science. So means I came to conclusion like I want to keep somewhat like 3.5 into business analysis and last one means data science domain from last 1 or 1.5 year from
Mhm.
almost like since past 2016 like 17. Is it wise to go like that or
See, you are
is it wise
planning to
to
put
go
a
to
fake experience for almost 5 years. Right?
yeah somewhat like that,
Yeah.
yeah.
If it is going to be good means no problem. I don't want you to take that risk. You have a very good experience in some other domain, not a problem. That's what I'm saying. Are you planning to enter into IT industry itself? Data science in an IT industry like Infosys, IBM, Cognizant, TCS. Likewise, you are planning to enter?
No, not Indian based company,
Huh.
because there is some back end index verification of going things thing will be going on with Indian based companies like TCS or Infosys Wipro, right?
Huh. That's what I'm
So
asking
I'm
you. So
just going.
if you're planning like that means then it will be a little bit of hectic thing for us. Other what I suggest you is that if you want, you put 2 years experience as a data analyst, and now we are entering into a next
Okay,
career as data scientist. Your previous thing, let it be
okay,
like that
okay,
itself. 1 year you
okay,
take up from that.
okay,
Okay, till 2015 you have your order processing option. From 2016 till 18, right now till now you are working as a data analyst. And now you are planning to enter into the
okay,
next step of entering as a data scientist, which will be giving you
okay,
a better
okay,
idea, also better option. There will be an higher advantage. I mean, like higher beneficial thing for you if you are attending an interview.
okay, okay.
Rather than splitting it like
So rather
business
than
analyst and data scientist, one and likewise, you have your own experience. So to the 2017
okay,
you have
okay,
been working. You try to push it as like 2016 October you are working in the previous experience, and from 2016 November till 2018 till now you are working as a data analyst, and you are also trying to get some idea about the machine learning, data science options, all those things, and you want to enter into data science field. You can keep it like that. Simple.
Oh, okay, fine, fine, I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it, Mansi. And means by the end of this, means this thing is, am I going to get any sort of projects to mention data analyst then
That you can, for
in
data analyzation, I won't be able to do any give you a project. But for our course, you will have regularly you will do some project. You can take those projects and you can mention it in your CV.
okay. And will be there any sort of job support after getting into this, any job?
I'm not providing that. I'm providing training. I can refer some people for them to help, but I'm not going to say you like 100% we have to rely on them. It's better to search on our own. Market is very good only right now for people those who are entering into
Yeah.
data science and data analyzation. For all these things, market is very good. They are taking people, they are taking candidates. If I'm getting means, I'll mention it to you. Particularly, specifically, I'm not giving you any jobs about options, but I can help you with your CV and the other things.
Okay. Because means nowadays I may have to getting into jobs sometimes. I might get stuck in some
Oh,
point of
that
time.
one, that kind of jobs about
Yeah,
you're asking, that I can help. Once after entering into the
yeah,
company, and if you have some doubts related to your project, and if you want me to support some kind of options for your help for at least 15 days or 20 days or for a month, means I can do that. I thought like job support
yeah.
means you
That's what
want
I'm
the
asking only.
recruitment thing. No, yeah, that I can do.
No, not that, not back end support. I'm asking only this work support.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, that
supporting
I
me
can
to
do.
have any, if I have.
That
Yeah,
I'm
so
doing
that,
it.
and
Right now
I'm
also
ready
I'm
to do.
doing it. So it's not a problem.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So finally, may I know your means profile? Since I thought of asking benefits stuff itself,
Yeah,
since
I
it's also
have
come up.
about 10 years of experience in IT. For the past 5 years, I've been into this
Okay,
data, big data. Previously, I was working as an mobile apps developer. And then right now, I'm here working in a MNC role in my it's Coimbatore as a data scientist in a company called Bioda Technologies. Previously,
okay,
for the past 2 years, I was with Hadoop developer, and right now I'm into this data science and blockchain. Yeah.
okay. And one more thing I want to know. And
Uh-huh.
sometimes, means when I'm discussing about these things with my friends or friends,
Uh,
they're slightly confusing me that in order to learn the data science, I need to have some knowledge of big data also. Bolke, they are slightly confusing me.
See, big
Means
data,
I.
that is a platform, first of all. It's a technology.
Mhm.
Big data is a technology. It has got
Okay,
two parts. One is Hadoop, and one is data science. All these two things
okay,
deals with data only. Hadoop is
okay,
called as, generally Hadoop will say it as big data, but that is not needed. Hadoop has gone out
okay,
of, currently it is going out of the market. Because in Hadoop you will
okay,
be able to do only analyzation portion. But you at the same time you have to learn lot
okay,
of tools. P-Guides, Bloom, all some kind of 20-25 tools are
okay,
there. So people from IT background they'll be able to do it. But
okay,
people from
okay,
non-IT background it is little difficult for them to do that. So data science which is available
uh,
for both the options, and mainly what is the advantages in data science means you can do the prediction part. For how long you'll go with analyzation itself. Company has to be predicted also. So both analyzation and prediction you can do it with data
right,
science. That's the thing.
okay,
The data science is having machine learning, whereas
okay.
Hadoop will not have that. Only one particular technology will be helping us to go with machine learning also, Spark. But to understand Spark, you should understand all the tools.
Okay,
Initially,
I
it
get
was
it.
compulsory. Initially, it was compulsory. When I was doing ML, it was compulsory when you have to be a Hadoop developer and then you have to switch on to data science. But right now, it is not like that. Tools are entirely different. So you can take up your own tools and you can work in that one. So it is not necessary that you have to go with Hadoop. If you have that knowledge, it is well and good. But nobody is asking that.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine, Manju, thank you.
Yeah.
So means your most preferred timing for sessions is in the evening after 8:30 or 9
Yes.
o'clock, right?
Yes. Yeah. 8:30 will be good for me.
Okay, 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 fine, fine.
Because
So,
already I
will
have
this
got
batch
sessions.
going on, or you're going to?
Currently, there is no batch going on. If there is a batch going
Yeah.
on, it's like right now, I'm not having any batches. I'm taking some other batches at some other timings. If you are planning to join this, you will be the only one person to join.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'm going to the means my you're going to take me in individual sessions,
Individual
right?
only. Yeah. Because in this timing, if you are
Oh,
taking up around by 8:30 means nobody is there at that time. Last week only, last
oh,
2 days back only, I completed 44 people. So again, I won't be. I mean, like right now, this slot is free. If you want to join in the morning, then
okay,
already I have some slots. I've filled up with some candidates.
okay, okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Yes, in the morning, so morning timings you're
Morning
going
time
to
is
use it.
really very tough for me because I'm taking for US and UK candidates in the morning time. So I won't be able to possibly do that. Right from morning 5:30 till 9:30,
Okay, okay, okay,
I'm entirely jam packed with all the sessions.
okay, okay, okay.
Then I have to go to my office.
Fine,
Then
fine.
I'll be returning back
So,
around the evening.
uh-huh. Okay. And means one more thing, along with this R tool, means if I'm going to continue that Python means how many days it is the means training going to extend
Python, if you are going to
completely
go
for
with
R
R
and
and Python,
Python?
45 days.
Okay, both completely along with R and Python, both
45
45
days.
days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Fine, fine, fine. I will. Okay, thank